our inability to self-assess as humans is like one of our greatest downfalls. If you don't look at your flaws, the things that you're doing wrong, and how you contribute to the problems in your life, then you're always going to play victim. Always. You're always going to think it's somebody else. They did this, they did that, they said this. It's always somebody else's fault. But when you're able to self-assess and you can see how you play a role in the equation, right? Then you're like, okay, here's what I could have did better. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Zamots podcast, where we focus on
faith,
family,
fitness,
finances, and friendships. Today, we're going to be reading from Galatians chapter 4, verse 16. It says, "Am I therefore become your enemy? Because I tell you the truth." Amen.
Amen.
Welcome back, family. Today, we're going to be reading some questions from our card game, Who Are You? All right. Now, this card game has 4 categories. It's self-awareness, connections, fears and insecurities, and possibilities and potential. So we just have 3 questions that we're going to read today, and I'll let my wife read the first one.
Hey, y'all. Connections. What is the most romantic date you have ever been on?
Most romantic date I've ever been on? I would say... Pardon our son. He's in here with us. I would say when my wife took me on a date to a really nice steakhouse called Pampas. The lighting in there was like really, really dim. It was nice. And it was a vibe.
Yeah.
You know, the food was great. The dessert was great. The atmosphere was great. The service was great. Yeah, that was a really, really nice day. I would say that one. Yeah. That's the most romantic.
It was a fine dining restaurant.
Yeah, that's it. That part right there. Fine
like
dining.
A romantic fine dining restaurant.
Yeah. It felt like romance when you walk in there because the light is like super dim.
And
but just enough light. And then the music, yeah. But just enough light for you to see what's going on. It's nice.
Yeah.
Shout out to Pampas.
Yeah, shout out to Pampas. Sponsors, please.
Okay.
Okay, you gotta ask me.
What is the most romantic date you have ever been on?
The most romantic. Chateau Lawn.
Chateau Lawn?
Yeah, when you took me to the winery.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
That's like the most romantic?
I think so. Like okay. date wise, so I really was about to say my birthday surprise.
Mm-hmm.
But that wasn't like a date. That was a date night.
That was an event.
Oh, or the place that we went to, we're plant-based.
Oh yeah.
The pictures that just popped up.
I forgot the name of that restaurant. I don't even know the name of it.
Yeah.
But that was a vibe too. Yeah.
See, I'm naming like the best dates. But I feel like any date is a romantic date. Like
True.
Any date that we go on, I count it as a romantic date. Most of the time people count romantic dates as like going out to dinner, right, or you know, it having to be like high scale in order for it to be like a romantic thing. I'm like, anything we do together, right? We go get something to eat.
It's all romantic.
Like I was just about to say, main event.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all romantic.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. Mine's is fears and insecurities. Okay, that's my topic. It says, do you compare yourself to anyone? If so, why?
We did do that one.
It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And no.
Okay. Why?
Why? Yes, because in order to push yourself to certain limits or reach certain goals, you have to look at those around you. Like your only competition is yourself, like battling yourself in order to like push yourself to what you want to accomplish in life. But in order to have that ideal, you got to see somebody better than you to push you to go bigger. And I'm not comparing to condemn like what they have going on, but I'm comparing more so of like, okay, how do I get where they at? And then when I get where they at, how do I go like past that?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Do you compare yourself to anyone? If so, why?
I wouldn't say I compare myself, but I do look at others' progress, and sometimes I may judge my progress based on others' progress, Is that a comparison?
So basically what I just said.
So yeah. So yes, I do compare myself to people that may be in the same field that I'm in or doing something that I'm doing, just to kind of measure, where I'm at or the potential that I have. Um, you look at other humans and you see the things that they're accomplishing, and they really just shine a light on, what's possible for you. So, honestly, I'm in huh?
You do that in a negative or a positive way?
No, in a positive way. Like, just to piggyback off of what you said, like, my only competition is myself, right? And I want to get better every single day. I want to compete. I want to compete with the version of myself yesterday, and I want to be a better version of myself today. So I am my only competition, but I do view others' success and compare it to mine, and just see what the possibilities are, versus where I currently stand. So, yeah, I do.
Good.
That's my explanation, y'all.
Read.
All right, last question.
Oh, it's your turn.
Is it? No, I read the last one.
I just read that one.
Okay, so are you emotionally resilient? How do you handle emotional upheaval?
Define resilient.
Like, are you in an emotional arena? Are you able to withstand a lot of emotional distress, like a lot of emotional trauma or struggle or pain?
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. But honestly, like, am I able to handle it more now? No. Like, if cause I listen to myself, like when I'm getting overwhelmed or I feel like it's too much, I gotta do something to like decompress.
Right.
Because it's a lot going on.
Yeah.
It's a lot going on. So
makes sense.
Yes, I feel like I do. How do you handle that? Is because I literally remove myself from the situation or communicate with him like, hey, I need a break. Like, yeah, it's something gonna have to happen.
Right.
So that's how.
That's good.
Are you emotionally resilient? How do you handle emotional upheaval?
I would say yes, I'm emotionally resilient. And how I handle emotional upheaval is I just manage my emotions, right? I try to be conscious of what's going on or how I'm feeling in a moment, and just manage those feelings as opposed to, reacting. I like to respond as opposed to react. So sometimes I may take a second to think, or I may have to like sleep on it, whatever the case may be. But yeah, I'm definitely emotionally resilient. And I feel that the best way to handle it, not just for me, but for anyone, in my opinion, I feel the best way to handle it is just to really be mindful of what the situation is and how you're feeling, and choose to respond as opposed to react, right? Reactions are like impulsive, and responses are more thought out. So that's my response. All right, y'all, we about to get into the pot. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope you're having a great week. And if you aren't, hey, there's something good about it. So listen, this week, what?
So if you ain't, you just ain't,
No, it's something good. It's something good going on in your week. It can't be all bad.
Day. My foot fell asleep, y'all.
Wake him up.
Trying to.
It can't be all bad. So anyway, so that verse that we read in our intro, which is Galatians chapter 4, verse 16. That was Apostle Paul talking to the Galatians, saying, am I therefore your enemy because I tell you the truth? Now, this is something that's been hard for me, growing up, was to just be honest and truthful at all times. It's still hard for me till this day, right? To be honest and truthful at all times about how I may be feeling about something, about what I need to say to people, about, just everything, right? Telling the truth at all times, and regardless of how it may make people feel, or regardless of how people may view you, is extremely important for our own consciousness, and also for the benefit and upliftment of others, right? So I don't think this is something that that my wife struggles with. Like she'll tell you the truth, okay? And it's not that she doesn't care about your feelings, but um, she needs to tell you the truth. Okay, she don't got time to lie to you, and feel the fart around, and
Yeah.
kind of sugarcoat things.
But that's so crazy. Like, it's so crazy because everyone that really know me and is around me says that exact same thing.
Yeah.
But I feel like I put a whole bag of sugar on it. I'm
You
talking
don't
about
know.
it's a 5-pound bag. I feel like I put that's
The whole
crazy.
bag.
I feel like I put so much
So then
sugar
you
on
must
what I
really
say.
want to say something like over the top. You must really want to go in
Nothing.
there.
Like, give me an example. What have I said? Like,
So
that
if
was just
somebody's
like
breath
really.
stinks, you'll be like, "You want a piece of gum or something?" Like that's put sugarcoat in it for you.
Yes.
Okay, like you want a piece of gum, you might need one. Kind of deal.
I won't ask that you
But
might need one.
no, but really, in reality, what you want to say is, do you ever brush? Like something like that. You know what I mean? It's kind of along those lines. See, me, I would just leave it alone. Try to move over. You know what I mean?
That's why people be walking around smelling like they smelling,
That's the truth.
looking how they looking, talking how they talking,
Yeah.
because no one has ever corrected them.
Yeah.
I'm really viewing it from a selfish perspective.
Mhm.
Like, if
You got a booger in your nose,
if I
you want
got a
somebody to
booger
tell
in my
you.
nose, or I have food in my teeth, and
Mhm.
we're sitting there and we're talking,
Mhm.
I'm sitting there talking with you, we're walking around exploring places
Mhm.
for 5 hours straight, and then I go look in the mirror and see that same thing is
I'm
in my
coming
tooth
straight to you.
I'm coming straight to the source. Why didn't you just tell me I had that in my teeth?
Yeah.
Don't be disrespectful and don't be loud.
Yeah.
That's my issue. When you be disrespectful and I'm trying to tell you, look, okay, you got tissue hanging out your butt.
Yeah.
Go fix that real quick.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. I just feel like I'm a girl's girl or a person
Mhm.
because if I see someone like slacking, my first thing is to try to help them.
Mhm.
Like, to try to help them, or like very quietly let them know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not saying it in front of people. And yeah, if I am saying it in front of people, I'm very quiet. Like, I'm not trying to call you out.
Yeah, that just goes like to your personality though. Like that's the type of personality you have.
Yeah.
You have the type of personality where you genuinely want to help people.
Yeah.
Right. And genuinely wanting to help people, you tell the truth.
Yeah.
And because you tell the truth,
not
everybody receives it. Not everybody wants to hear the truth. You know what I mean? So from my perspective, I've gotten so much better, by the way.
Yeah.
Because I tell the truth a lot more, regardless of how it makes people feel.
Itching to tell somebody the truth.
I do. Like now I've gotten to a point to where I've accepted that it has hindered my growth, right? Not telling people the truth and being nice, right? So there's a difference, right? In scripture, it tells us to be kind, right? To be kind one to another. It doesn't say anything about being nice, okay? Because nice people are people that would go along to get along, right? Nice people tell you whatever it is that you want to hear so that you feel good. That was me, okay? I'm not there anymore, okay? I'm like 30% nice, 70% truthful now, okay? And kind people are people who are going to talk to you with manners and respect, but they're also going to tell you the truth and not necessarily care about how you receive it, right? They're going to tell you the truth in a kind way, right? They're going to be respectful, but they're not going to consider how you feel about it or not tell you the truth because of how you may feel about it. That's not what they're going to do. Yeah. So all my life, just maybe it's a trauma response, right? Just trying to be nice to people so that they don't feel some type of way and there's no tension between us. Like like being a people pleaser is something that I've done my entire life. Not so much anymore, right? I'm kind of on the other end of the spectrum now. Like I said, 70-30. I'm more on the side of telling you the truth and not really caring about your feelings, because I understand that people need to know the truth and people want you to tell them the truth.
See, I think that's my biggest thing.
Right.
Like, when I do tell people the truth, I don't get that reaction of like, ugh. You get what I'm saying? Like, people are always appreciative when I'm like, hey, like, your bra strap is, down, or, just anything, or, oh, your shoes is untied, or you got food in your teeth, or, oh, go like this real quick. Like, helping them is not to judge anyone or make anyone feel bad. It's more so just like, you needed to know that.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's super tricky whenever it's with family. I'm more comfortable with telling a stranger that something's wrong with them than telling a family member.
Absolutely.
Because I this family member and know how they can react. Now, it has been a few times where I have said something to somebody, like trying to be truthful to them, but where we're like in conversation and they felt some type of way. And I pick up on people's spirit very quickly. So I knew they felt some type of way. And I'm like, you want to talk about it? Like, what's good? Like, how you feeling? Like, I know I just said a whole lot, and that couldn't have been easy for you to hear because it wasn't easy for me to say it.
Right.
But I'm the type of person is like, sometimes you need to be told.
Yeah.
And it's not that
all the time.
Yeah, it's really though, like pretty much that's just who I am. Like I don't want to see you going out bad, or if I can see somewhere, a place or an area in your life that you can improve, I'm saying something to you because I grew up where no one ever, like, I received nothing but criticism.
Yeah.
So it was natural for me to be like, okay, I do want to give people corrective criticism because I know what it feels like to get criticism, and it's like in a negative sense.
Yeah.
Like, it completely shifts. You told me my breast stank in front of a table full of people very loudly. And you want me to be like, oh, well, thank you for telling me because no one else was going to tell me my breast smelled like that.
Right.
Like,
no, the delivery was off.
Your delivery was off, and then my delivery is going to be straight on to your face.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah. People definitely need to know the truth. This hit me hard. I think earlier this year when there were some things that I needed to say, and I wasn't necessarily avoiding saying it. I just was trying to figure out how to say it to where the individuals may not feel some type of way about what it is that I had to say. And I had to come to the realization that, you're going to have to tell people the truth, and they may feel some type of way about the truth, but at least they know where you stand. You see, if you dance around it and you tiptoe around what it is that you really want to say, and you don't deliver the message properly, then people have questions about where you stand. And honestly speaking, people respect you much more for telling them the truth and being transparent and being direct in your communication than somebody that just wants to be nice all day, right? Or wants to go along to get along, or tell you what it is that you want to hear versus telling you what you need to hear. People respect the individual that is willing to come straight out and say what they need to say. They may not like it all the time, but they will respect it, right? And as you're growing in your development, right, and as you progress in life, you start to realize these patterns that you have, these bad behaviors that you have. And one of the things that a lot of people struggle with is telling people the truth, right? And being transparent and open and honest about how they feel about something, or even how they feel about someone. People have a hard time with that. And there's a lot of people that don't like friction, don't like confrontation. I'm one of those people. I don't really like confrontation. Now I've accepted it, and I'm willing to do it because, listen, I got to live with me. Okay. I got to live in this body, and I got to live with my consciousness and my awareness. Like, I have to deal with those feelings. So I'm not going to harbor these feelings and not tell you the truth and not say what it is that I need to say because I don't want to hurt you. Right. Because now I'm sacrificing me on the altar of you, and that ain't happening. Right. The only people I'm sacrificing for are the people that live in this household. Okay. Other than that, you need to hear it. Okay. There's a story in the Bible, and forgive me if I butcher it, but I'm not a master on the Bible yet.
Theologist.
Yeah. I'm not a theologian.
Yeah.
But there is a story in the Bible about this, right? And it's the story of Jonah, right? Jonah and the big fish. I know people say a whale, but it said a big fish.
Yeah.
Okay. It could have been any big fish. But anyway, Jonah and the big fish, right? He had a message that he had to deliver to the people in Nineveh, I believe is what it was. And instead of him delivering that message, he withheld what it is that he had to say. And because he withheld what it is that he had to say, he was punished, right, in the story. And that is a picture of how things are in real life for us, right? When you withhold what it is that you have to say, regardless of who it is that you have to say it to or when you have to say it, that when you withhold that message, you're going to be punished for it, whether it's in your own consciousness or just through your everyday life, right? You don't trust yourself as much. You start to lack confidence, right? You start to feel a certain type of way about yourself because you're not delivering on what it is that you need to do.
Okay, how do you feel when you are handling a confrontation? Like, what are you physically feeling? Because I really want to talk about it.
What you want to? So how do I physically feel when I'm handling a confrontation?
Like when you're in
a confrontation?
Yeah, like when you know that you're talking to, like, you're at work and you're talking to somebody and like you just seeing the conversation getting more heated and heated and heated and heated.
Yeah, I feel anxious. I feel anxious. Like I feel like my body internally getting hot.
Yeah.
That's why that's a reason that most of my life I've withheld saying the things that I needed to say.
Yeah.
It's because I know that when you get angry, when you get upset, you lose control. And I've always been a person that wanted to stay in control, right? As much control as I can have, right? I've always wanted to stay in control, and I don't want to like lose it. You know what I mean? And when you get angry, you get upset, it can cause you to get out of character, right? And maybe say some things that you didn't mean to say, or do some things that you didn't mean to do, right? Because you were just angry, right? And the Bible speaks about wrath, right? Just being angry and being full of wrath is not good, right? There's no benefits to that. So I try to withhold, engaging in things or conversations that would cause me to be angry or lash out. You know what I mean? So that's how I feel.
What about when you put in that situation and you're not able to just walk away or take space or take time?
It's happened.
Like you're in the depths of it. How do you keep yourself from going there, or are you still in the
just being mindful? So because this happened. It's happened a number of times.
The end of it, like, are you still in that phase in your life to where it's like you're still like having to grow from that? Because when you're in it,
okay, I'm all in now. So like I said, I say 70-30. It may be more like 85-15 because I'm willing to deal with the confrontation now. I'm willing to let myself feel those emotions of being anxious and wanting to feel like I'm gonna lash out because I feel like I can control it.
Yeah.
I feel like I can control when I'm angry or upset with somebody and my emotions are rising up. I feel like I can control myself from getting too angry, right? Or going off the rails. You know what I mean? I feel like I can control it. Before, I didn't feel like I can control it. I felt like if I got angry, then maybe again, I'll say something or do something that will hurt somebody else or even hurt myself, and maybe I can't get it back. You know what I mean? But now I'm in a place in my life where, mentally I have more clarity and I have more awareness of situations and things that may be going on or triggers that may be going on, and I can control how I'm going to respond to a certain extent, right? If somebody just comes up and slaps me, right? I mean, it's about to be a show. You know what I mean? Because like it's just certain things that you only have so much control. You know what I mean? But that being said, that's my response to that question.
Yeah. I feel like whenever I'm in a confrontation with somebody and I see it going like to that level, what I physically feel is my heart pounding. Yeah. My heart begins to pound, and I start to like, in a way, like mini hyperventilating, like I'm taking deep breaths.
They're taking me there.
I'm taking deep breaths, but I get nervous. I start to shake because it's like, I don't know you and I don't know how you're feeling over there, but how I'm feeling over here is just like it's too much, and I
Yeah.
can't. Like I said, I don't be always in a situation where I can walk away. I literally have to deal with it there. I try to give the most minimum answers that I can give.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Especially like with us working in retail and having to deal with customers all the time. I feel like retail is the best, honestly, self improvement that you can have, because you have to
You're getting
literally
tested
deal with
all day.
people all day, every day,
Yeah.
and you don't know who these people are. That's really the biggest thing. Like that's why I be telling, like, we'll be on the road and like people be doing the most. Don't do that, because you don't know that person.
Mm-hmm.
Like you don't know if they on the edge and they waiting for somebody to cut them off. Like you
Yeah.
don't know where somebody is mentally. So I just think about that in my head, like, okay, I don't know this person. I don't know how they are feeling over there emotionally. It really don't have nothing to do with me. My thing is that I need to diffuse the situation before it becomes something else. Now, when, you know, physical aspect starts to happen, I'm not there. You slap me, I'm gonna slap you back 10 times. Like,
Yeah.
truthfully. But I can now. I'm able to handle talking to people more,
Mm-hmm.
and handling like uncomfortable situations.
Yeah.
Like before, I used to just be like, yeah, like I'm running out of this situation. I'm not handling this.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're talking about some. Let me speak to your manager. Well, let me go find somebody that want to be a manager so they can speak to you, because I don't want to be the manager right now.
Yeah.
And that's literally how I used to handle it. Especially like you got to think about when I went into management, I was 20 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I was 20 when I went into management. Managing people that were way older than me.
Mm-hmm.
So constantly on a day-to-day basis, it was somebody coming at me in a way to where I couldn't run.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just my... He's angry.
Our
One
son
second.
clearly wants to be a part.